All right, welcome everyone to NizCast. I, of course, am Niz, and we're doing something a little different tonight. We're casting the Dota 2 Canada Cup group stage. Now, we're not the official stream. If you want to check that out, you can head over to twitch.tv/Dota 2 Canada Cup. But yeah, I figured I'd cast some of the group stage stuff, get a couple higher skill games under my belt, and really be able to test my voice and see how I'm able to handle casting multiple games in a row. So like I said, we're in the group stage, and this is Group A tonight. We're going to be covering a lot of games over the next week or so. But we've got, basically what happens is there's four groups in each group, or four teams in each group, and there's four groups, so 16 teams overall. We're going to have all the teams in Group A play each other once, so it's going to be 6 games. Over the course of 2 days. So we're actually going to do 4 tonight and then 2 tomorrow night. And then Group B will start the following night, and then they'll play actually 3 games. And then the next night they'll play the other 3 games. And we'll keep going like that until we have all the groups done. Then we'll have a small break, and then the playoffs start. Top 2 teams from each group advance. And the bottom 2, well, they're knocked off. But we've got a really cool tournament. I really like this tournament. It's one of my favorite tournaments. I look forward to it every single time it comes around, so I'm glad that I can be casting some of these games for you. Besides that, they've got a really cool ticket that you can buy in game, which I believe it's $8.99 US, and it comes with the Sven set, and of course you can watch all the games and stuff like that. But it also gets, I believe it's 12.5% of that ticket price goes towards the prize pool. So that's pretty cool. I know it's already over $11,000. I should have checked right before the stream, but I didn't because OBS kept crashing for me, but I hopefully have that all squared away and it won't be an issue. But as for our group, we've got, like I said, 4 teams. We've got Pain Gaming, Leviathan, Isurus, and Summoner's Rift. We're going to be seeing Summoner's Rift and Pain Gaming going off against each other here tonight. Summoner's Rift, they've gone through a couple different changes recently, although when we look back to the last Canada Cup, it's largely the same roster, except for they're running Whitebeard now. He's going by the name of Hero, and he's running in place of, he's running in place of fucking Mad. And if we actually think back to the last Canada Cup, they actually went on to win it. They went 3-0 in the group stage, and then they won all the way in the finals. They went all the way through the playoffs and got to the finals where they 3-1 to Wheel. So Champions of Summoner's Rift looking to do it again. Pain Gaming didn't really have as great of a record last time around, but they ended up finishing 3rd in their group. They went 1-2. So they were in the bottom 2 of their group, so they got knocked off. But they're looking to change it up a little bit here tonight. They are playing with the stand-in. They have Sune, S-U-N-E. Although he does have the Pain Gaming logo, I'm pretty sure he's not on the roster unless they've recently changed something. It looks like he's going to be standing in for H4N, who normally plays their mid, although they like to switch it up between their mid and their carries. They kind of swap positions. But well, it took me a while to describe the tournament and everything that we're going to be casting. We won't have to do that for the next game, or as in-depth. But let's catch up in the draft here. We have Axe, Bat, Silencer, and Skywrath getting banned out by Champions of Summoner's Rift. Wisp, Troll, Jug, and Slark were banned out by Pain Gaming. Then we had Storm Spirit and Phoenix getting picked up by Champions of Summoner's Rift. And we had Sniper, Tree, and now Tidehunter picked up by Pain Gaming. So I did a little bit of research trying to figure out what these teams like to play, their kind of styles. And so far, they haven't really gone with anything that they typically go with. So that's cool and interesting that the teams are going to be mixing it up. So far, what I'd say the biggest standout player for Champions of Summoner's Rift in the couple weeks leading up to this event has been Brax. He's been playing phenomenally for Champions of Summoner's Rift. He's been playing in the mid role, and he's just been going bonkers on pretty much every hero that you give him. He's just been going absolutely insane. So look to see him do some great stuff. Besides that, you've got Demon, Mr. Red Bull himself on Champions of Summoner's Rift. He's been playing support, and he's been playing He's been doing a damn good job of playing support. Of course, he's supporting with Hero, aka Whitebeard, who honestly I think he's one of the best support players that we're probably going to see in this tournament. So he's with good company. But we see Witch Doctor getting picked up by Champions of Summoner's Rift. In chat we see maybe. Is it going to be Demon on the Witch Doctor? We'll have to wait and see. But Lion's going to be picked up by Pain Gaming. So they've already got their support duo in the Treant Protector and the Lion. Tidehunter most likely going to be in the off lane. And we're going to see Sniper up against, I'm guessing, Storm Spirit in the mid lane. So, nope, there we go. We got our second support picked up by Champions of Summoner's Rift. That's a Sand King. Normally, Demon plays their kind of jungle, more greedy support player, so maybe he's going to be on that Sand King. We'll have to wait and see to know for sure. But Phoenix is going to be their offlaner as well. Expect that to be played by Bugatti 420, which I believe is Miracle Chipmunk, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But he's been going by the name Bugatti 420 for a little bit. Now, moving on to the last bands here. Well, Pain Gaming, they're going to be looking to remove a carry, a safe lane carry, but of course they need one for themselves as well. They already have to be a little bit wary of the Storm wanting to jump onto the Sniper, but that's kind of offset by the fact that they've got some good instant disable in the Lion. They've got the tree that can armor the Sniper to keep him alive. And then if they're able to lock down the Storm, they're able to lock him down further and prevent any kind of help coming in to save him with the Ravage. So they've got that. And then when you actually look at it in the lane, Sniper's going to do really well against the Storm Spirit. Probably force him back to go to the jungle, which may or may not work out because Sand King's going to be in there doing some stacking and farming of his own. So that's something to keep in mind. We've got our last two bans coming out, and that's a Phantom Lancer got banned out by Pain Gaming, and an Anti-Mage, the Anti-Fun, banned out by Champions of Summoner's Rift. And now it's in Pain Gaming's court to choose which carry they're going to go with to go up against Champions of Summoner's Rift. Pain Gaming's been playing a lot of like Jug, Bristleback, that kind of thing in their safe lane. So maybe they're going to elect to go with something like that. Or maybe they're just going to go with, who knows, maybe a Deucer or something like that when they know Anti-Mage is out of pool. Maybe they want to go really, really late with it. Some may say that's a little bit too greedy with a Sniper on your side, but I don't know. In chat, recommending or guessing that it's Deucer time. Yeah, filling in for Sizzo's draft guesses, yeah. Maybe he'll be a little bit more accurate than he will, Espresso Shop. But it's going to be a Luna that's going to get picked up. Okay, so Luna's actually been seeing a decent amount of play recently in the Chinese scene. So I'll be interested to see if they're going to be able to protect the Luna in the team fight. The one downside to having Luna and Sniper on the same side is basically you want to be able to protect both of them in the team fight. They're both relatively squishy, and I say that with quotations, relatively squishy carries. That are a little bit vulnerable to someone jumping on them. Luna does have a little bit more defensive aspect to her in the fact that she can just press that R button and have the Eclipse going off and it deals a ridiculous amount of damage to anyone caught in it. And then Sniper, he of course can just stand there and shoot. So he's got that kind of going for him, but you've got to be able to CC those targets so that Sniper can get all those shots off. Sniper really excels when he's able to keep people away from him, but when they get on him, it's a little bit troublesome. Huskar is going to be the pick for Champions of Summoner's Rift. Now, they have played that a little bit recently. It has been on Banana Slam Jam. It looks like he's going to be playing that this time around. So look forward to them being able to use that to its full potential. But, I'm not... The one upside of having the Huskar is that the Luna's Eclipse doesn't really have that big of an effect on the Huskar because, well, once he gets low health, he's got that ridiculous amount of magic resist, so he's not going to take that much damage from the Eclipse. Similarly, Lion with the Finger, that's not really going to deal that much damage to Huskar either. Sniper likes to finish people off with Assassinate. That's not going to do much damage to Huskar, although Huskar's probably going to be in your face and it's going to be a right-click battle more so than anything else. And yeah, he wrecks the tree armor as well. So that's something to to pay attention to. But we're gonna hop on into this, and well, it wouldn't be a competitive game without a pause immediately. So Pain Gaming throws out the pause, and yeah, looks like we're just gonna have a quick little reconnect here from King RD. Maybe had a little bit of bug. Sometimes some of those bugs that have been around for quite some time still kind of rear their ugly head. The thing where you're shopping and you get like the tango or whatever stuck on your cursor. That one always drives me insane. But sometimes there's always the double shop bug where like you try to buy something and it buys 2 of everything. That one drives me insane too. But he'll just reconnect real quickly. It looks like Brax has to reconnect as well. Summoner's Rift's most recent game was actually in the I-League American Qualifiers Finals. And they did a pretty damn good job climbing their way through the entire tournament to get all the way to the finals, where they played against Team Tinker. But in game 1, and this is where Brax was playing insane, that entire qualifiers. But in game 1 of the finals, Brax was having a ton of internet issues, so he kept disconnecting, and he actually had to get replaced for game 2. He was disconnected for most of game 1, so they ended up replacing him with Fluff, and that meant they had to change everyone's roles around, and it was just really, really awkward. And they ended up losing that series 2-0 to Team Tinker. But hopefully that won't be any of the issues here tonight. But the admin just asking for an ETA there. I am casting through the Dota TV client, so we are effectively 2 minutes behind everything that's happening. But I guess that should make us in line with the other casters with what they're casting. But it does give me the upside of being able to be able to cast without a delay, so I can read chat immediately as it pops up. But unfortunately, this is a little bit longer of a pause than I was expecting. King RD reconnected pretty quickly, but unfortunately we lost Brax as well. So I guess we can just go ahead and introduce our players and see who's playing what. For Pain Gaming, we've got the stand-in Soon. It's going to be playing on the Sniper. Expect that to be going in the mid lane. Like I said, replacing HFN, who normally is their mid player. Baga is going to be on the Treant Protector. 40R is going to be on the Luna. Tavo is going to be on the Tidehunter. And King RD is going to be on the Lion. For the Dire side, we have the champions of Summoner's Rift. We've got BraxXXXXXXX. He's going to be playing our Storm Spirit. Looks like he's just reconnected into the game as well. We've got Hero, aka Whitebeard, going to be playing the Phoenix. We've got Demon, Mr. Red Bull himself, on the Witch Doctor. Bugatti 420 is going to be on the Sand King, and Banana Slam Jamma is going to be on the Huskar. And immediately, based on who's playing what and what lanes they're heading out to, we've already predicted something wrong in the draft. It is not going to be an off-lane Phoenix. It is indeed going to be an off-lane Sand King. So the Phoenix is going to be support, and looks like Hero is going to be playing that. And that means Jimmy is actually going to be on the Witch Doctor. So good prediction there from Espresso Shot out in the chat, predicting that up immediately. As for starting items, we've got Boots First on a lot of heroes. We've got 5 heroes starting with Boots First. It's going to be the off-lane Tidehunter and the Lion both starting with Boots First. Besides that, we've got both... the Witch Doctor. I'm already thinking that Sand King still support. We've got the Witch Doctor starting out with Boots, and so will the Huskar with the Banana Slam Jamma. And then, of course, in the off-lane, Bugatti 420 is going to be starting with the Boots First as well on the Sand King. We don't have anyone starting with Sentries first, although King RD just brought some out with the Courier and delivered it to himself. And part of that is because they actually saw this ward get placed. Oh, I can't draw. No! When I'm using the... when I'm casting the Dota TV client, I can't draw on the map, so it's something I use a lot. Hopefully we'll be able to adjust to that. But they did see that Observer Ward get spotted out there, and it looks like we're going to have a battle here for the top rune. Brax is going to get stunned up by the Earth Spike, but I think King RD is going to be the one in the most trouble. Oh, they're actually going to keep chasing him. Brax looks like he's going to be fine. King RD looks like he's going to be fine as well. They stun down onto the high ground. They catch Baga out of position. It's going to be first blood going to Champions of Summoner's Rift. Looks like Demon's going to get the last hit there. So he's going to be starting with a bunch of gold as support that already has boots, and he'll definitely be liking that. King RD gets stunned up with the cask there. If that had bounced to the range creep, I think Brax would have been able to get into position to get a second kill there potentially, but unfortunately he was just a little bit far enough away to not let that cask bounce. What's interesting about the lane so far is that Luna's actually going to be able to bully the Sand King to some extent. The one downside is that if he just sits in Burrow, or in Sandstorm, she's not going to be able to harass him back. So they need the support to come down there. Luckily enough, they did buy the sentries off the start to counter up this Observer Ward. So King RD is going to have an extra sentry on hand, which they'll be able to use to stop that Sandstorm from Bugatti 420 in the bottom lane. Bugatti 420 throwing out a little bit of a burrow strike there, trying to stun up Baga to get back a little bit, but maybe a little bit of wasted mana there. I'm not really sure why he had to use that, but he did. He knew where the he knew where the lion was because he was just counter warding up here. Once again, I tried to draw on the map, but here we go. Bugatti 420 sitting in that Sandstorm, getting as much XP and CS as he can until that line makes his rotation back down there, although he's getting there right now, and he will be spotted out by this Observer Ward that Summoner's Rift have already placed out, and they're going to drop the Sentry Ward immediately, and Bugatti 420 is going to try to get away. He will get stunned up by the Earth Spike, but I think he should be fine here, but he did lose a little bit of HP there, so he'll have to use a couple tangos to get back up his HP. He's already down to 2. He's actually going to go all the way back to Fountain. 2-minute rune just spawned. Tavo is going to be able to secure the top one. That was the regen. And looks like everyone else will just kind of go back to their normal lanes. How are the lanes going so far? Well, Brax is our leader in CS. Well, he's actually tied with the Luna. But in terms of how the mid's going, he's ahead 11-5 compared to the Snipers 8-2. So Storm actually doing a good job getting off to an early lead there. That's a little bit different than you would expect. The Sniper is going to start taking over this lane, but once 6 comes out on that Storm Spirit, it kind of goes the other way, as just one hero kind of making the rotation down there can make it very, very vulnerable, or can make the Sniper very, very vulnerable to any kind of Storm Ball Lightning jumps. So Bugatti did bring down a Sentry Ward, which he used to not only counter out the Sentry, because he knew there was only one, so he used that to counter out. Actually, they were able to destroy his first sentry, but he dropped a second one, and that actually allowed him to get the Observer Ward as well. So now he can just kind of sit in his Burrow Strike and feel relatively safe. However, he can get stunned out with the Earth Spike. So this Observer Ward paying off dividends for him as he spotted out the Lion's rotation there, and that allowed him to get out of the way so he didn't get stunned up by the Earth Spike. But that's one of the things he is going to have to look out for in the lane. Brax losing quite a bit of HP, but his bottle is coming in with the courier as well as a set of boots. And it doesn't show me who the stuff is owned by. That's going to be a little troublesome. But I did just miss First Blood. We had a rotation from Jimmy down into the bottom lane. That's going to allow them to get the kill onto King RD, and it was off into the trees. They got a little bit of damage there onto the Luna, but the kill was over there. Sorry I missed that. Didn't even see the rotation coming out from Demon, but good rotation nonetheless. As Demon's used to being the big playmaker, and he's also well known for maybe going a little bit too aggressive with his playmaking and kind of throwing games away. But now that he's in the support role, that aggression is going to be really good for him in the early game. But Bugatti 420 made a rotation to the mid lane, stunning up the Sniper, and now Brax is on top of them. We do have a TP coming in from King RD, and that's going to keep the Sniper alive. But with Hero coming on in, he will be able to get the kill. But it is King RD with that nice TP, allowing them to get the double, and they may even get a triple. Yes, they will. It is going to be 3 kills there for Pain. Nice counter gank there coming out from them. It was looking like it was a really good rotation from Bugatti, but it was an even better TP coming out from King RD. It's really valuable to have those TPs purchased up by at least one of your supports early on in the game to allow that to happen. I'm not sure if Demon actually used a TP earlier to get down to the bottom lane to get that kill onto the Lion, but yeah, that's just another one of those examples of buying an early TP and what it can do for you. Well, in this top lane, Tavo's been struggling a little bit against this Huskar, and that's maybe something to worry about. This Huskar with free farm could be a little bit troublesome, as he can start to snowball out of control very, very quickly. But I'd say the two most important heroes in terms of stopping their snowballing are going to be the two in the mid lane, as a Sniper with a little bit of farm can go absolutely crazy, and so can Storm. He can start just kind of jumping around. But the Storm is starting out 0-1 and 1, so he did take that fall from that counter gank. So not off to the best start, but certainly not off to the worst start, as he's done a good job managing this mid lane. He is still ahead of the Sniper, but just by 4 CS now. They're actually locked even at 9 denies apiece as well. But with that rotation from Bugatti 420, there's actually no one left in the bottom lane for Summoner's Rift. So they're completely leaving that open. Maybe they're considering throwing Demon down there and soaking up a little bit of the XP, but it is a very, very dangerous lane for a Witch Doctor. They could actually choose to put the Phoenix down there instead. Phoenix would be able to manage that lane with the Icarus dive. So that might be something they want to do, but looks like they're pretty content with just Hero stacking up a whole bunch of stuff in the jungle here for either Bugatti to clear up or for Brax to come out of the mid lane and clear up with his static remnants. But it will be a Soul Ring getting purchased by Brax, as well as a set of Tranquil Boots coming out for the Lion. So King RD's got his move speed going on that Lion, and Banana Slam Jamma just farming up one of the creep waves here, utilizing that armlet toggle, which he's already picked up 7 minutes into the game. That's a pretty damn quick armlet timing for him. Take a quick cycle through our carries here, our core heroes, and see exactly what they've got. Looks like Luna's gone with the treads into Aquila, 600 gold on hand. I don't think we're going to see a Midas out of her. Probably going to go with a Helm of the Dominator and look to stack up some Ancients and some creep camps and explode her farm that way. She's going to be the harder carry out of the two carries on this Pain Gaming side. As for the Sniper, well, we've got Treads and Aquila as well, but we also have a Band of Elven Skin looking like that's going to be building into a Yasha. As for the last core for Pain Gaming, Tidehunter, he's up to 1,000 gold. And that means he can buy his Arcane Boots. He may choose not to and just rush straight for a Blink Dagger. We'll have to wait and see exactly what Tavo chooses to do there. But he's a very, very strong offlane player, and his hero pool is actually the most diverse, I think, out of any offlaner we're probably going to see in this tournament. He plays a ton of different heroes. But he is on a pretty standard one here with the Tidehunter this game. But this has been a pretty quiet affair so far. As well, let's cycle through the cores on the Dire side, as we've got Brax. Oh, he's got his Soul Ring in his bottle and 700 gold. Probably going to look to finish his treads soon with that gold. As for the Huskar, we've already noticed the armlet, but it looks like he's picked up a Morbid Mask as well. So being able to lifesteal a little bit of that health back that he's going to be losing from either through the armlet or through just using the Burning Spears. And Sand King, there we go. He's almost there, just 100 gold away from getting his Blink Dagger. So we'll have to look forward to that timing, as that's going to allow him to start being a lot more active in this game. But Pain Gaming certainly not going to be waiting for any Sand King Blink Epicenters to come out, as they're already pushing this Tier 1 tower and putting some pressure on it. But Banana Slam Jamma is farming up this Ancient Camp, but he doesn't know that King RD is invis thanks to the trees, Nature's Guise, which actually just wore off, and he immediately got pinged out. Now he's in trouble. He's going to try to TP away, but he will just get out of there in time. Banana Slam Jamma jumped on him, and I was a little bit close for actually both of them. Banana Slam Jamma was getting quite low doing this Ancient stack as he was armlet toggling, and well, it was also close for the Lion as he got spotted out. Nature's Guys wore off, and there was a quick fingers there on the TP to get on out of there. We're going to see the Blink coming out from Bugatti, and that's going to allow him to land a Burrow Strike. Jimmy's going to drop the Death Ward, and that's going to allow him to get a kill. So that's the second kill now for for the Witch Doctor. He's been a part of all three of them so far. 2-0 and 1 for the Witch Doctor, and he's going to keep pushing in this top lane with Bugatti 420. A little bro strike and a little bit of right clicks coming out from Demon. And they'll clean up the creep wave and get a decent amount of tower damage onto this tower. But King RD now just making a rotation on up here. So he'll be able to at least soak some of the XP, but prevent any kind of further pushes. He actually hasn't even shown yet in the top lane, but Summoner's Rift already rotating away with at least the Sand King. But Demon staying up here. He's going to get as much damage and as much XP out of these waves as he can before he's forced out. And looks like Tavo's going to come back up here to push it back. But Bugatti 420 maybe looking to potentially try and get a kill here. I don't think the two of them could get a kill on a Tidehunter with the Death Ward still on cooldown, still going to be down for another 15 seconds. And Epicenter hasn't even been skilled yet for the Sand King. Well, Brax has bought his Arcane Boots, and he's up to another 1,200 gold. Has Banana Slam Jam bought anything else? No, not yet. Looks like Hero's going to be down here in the bottom lane, and he is soaking up that XP. He's got something delivering on the courier. It is just going to be a Ring of Protection and a set of sentries and a set of observers. So just his typical support stuff. Looks like he's going to be building into his Tranquil Boots. And Baga's going to be down here soaking up a little bit of XP and gold in this bottom creep wave. Bugatti 420 going to jump on in with that Burrow Strike coming off of the Blink Dagger, and they're going to get Baga quite low, but they don't have any way of detecting him, so it looks like they're just going to have to back away. We will have the Ball Lightning coming out from Brax as he wants to get further and further into this jungle. He does have the regen activated, so using it just to move a little bit quicker through the jungle, but they're not going to catch anyone. I think maybe they were after King RD as they saw him pick up his actions around the bottom rune with this Observer Ward. But they weren't able to catch him out there. A little drawing on the minimap. I wonder if I can actually get rid of that. It doesn't look like I can. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have a rotation from Pain up into the top lane. Looks like they want to get a kill onto this Witch Doctor and then get some damage in on the tower. Demon is in a whole lot of trouble, but good recognition of the fact that he was in a bad position. He's just going to TP back to the fountain. So no dive's going to happen onto the Witch Doctor, and that was actually just out of their vision. You can see a ton of pings coming out. They think he's still in there, but of course he has TP'd away. Really, really heads up play there coming out from Demon. That's some of the high skill map awareness that we're going to start seeing from some of these players, as this tournament pretty much brings out the best of the best when it comes to the North American and South American scene. So. And well, we know Demon has been able to play at the international level, and if we think back even further into Dota 1, he was arguably one of the strongest players at a specific time in Dota 1, back when Merlini was one of the top players as well. But looks like we're gonna have action in the top lanes. Banana Slam Jam is gonna get brought down to real low, but the magic armor will keep him alive for a bit. Tavo threw out the Ravage, but it looks like it is going to be a turnaround as Brax is going to come on in and start cleaning up, as they're going to lose the Tidehunter. They've already lost the Lion, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch the Sniper here, as it doesn't look like it. Sniper actually thinking of re-engaging here to get a little bit of damage in, but he's going to think better of it and not commit too far. But good rotations coming out from Summoner's Rift. They did lose their Huskar there, so it was a 1-for-2 trade. But it was Pain Gaming trying to make the play there, and it just didn't work out for them. But what did work out for them was Pain 40R did manage to get the mid tier 1 tower down. That opens up a ton of the different paths up into the jungle, so they can set up further ganks, and it also makes kind of farming in this mid lane for Summoner's Rift to be a little bit scarier, but they do have this Observer Ward up, and that's what allows you to farm in a position like this. If, well, Storm can just kind of jump away, but maybe if you're another more vulnerable hero, maybe one of the supports, you typically don't want to be farming up that far, as you can get jumped on fairly easily. So this Observer Ward goes a long way to kind of spotting up here on the Radiant high ground. King RD and Tavo farming up this Ancient Camp, trying to get that Blink Dagger up for the Tidehunter. He's up to 1,600 gold right now. This will probably bring him up to about 1,800, 1,900 gold. unless I'm counting them wrong here. 1904, look at that. Woo! It's like I've played this game before. But we will have Roche go down here. Banana Slam Jamma does pick up the Aegis. So expect him to be diving pretty darn deep in the next coming team fight. As well, he's going to have two lives, and he's going to have a bunch of heroes to be able to back him up, of course. We're going to have most likely a Blink Burrow Strike to start everything off. But maybe Banana Slam Jamma will just initiate with the life break. We'll have to wait and see. But expect Summoner's Rift to really try to force a fight coming forward here. They've already pinged out the bottom tier 1 tower, so it looks like that's going to be their target. But Pain Gaming's already TP'd away. It looks like they're making their rotation up to the top lane to go after this tier 1 tower. As 40Rs are already up here right-clicking it down. And we've got 2 other heroes up here with Tavo and Baga already up there. King RD is going to be camping the top rune, which was a haste. And he's actually going to use that to move mid, where Sniper's gotten some damage in on Hero, and King RD is going to come in with the Hex, followed up by the Finger Bang. So that's going to be a kill for them. Good movement around the map by Pain Gaming, realizing that Summoner's Rift were making a rotation down to the bottom lane. But, wow, we had the Blink Burrow Strike Epicenter coming out from Bugatti 420, but King RD was there with that haste rune to throw at the Earth Spike and interrupt that Epicenter channel. So he wasn't able to get it off. Sniper might have been in a little bit of a bad situation there, but with that big play coming out from the line, it was a perfectly fine situation for the Sniper. But yeah, like I was saying, just really good recognition and map awareness coming out from Pain Gaming, making the rotation away from where Summoner's Rift was going. They obviously didn't want to be in a fight, so they went for a trade. They said, you know what, we're going to lose our bottom tier 1 tower. We'll take their top tier 1 tower. And even while that was going on, they managed to get a kill as well. So great play coming up from them. But I'm not sure if they're going to want to just give up this tier 2 tower. It is going to be a very, very difficult position to retake, as they've kind of lost the high ground here. And the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane is probably one of the hardest towers to defend in the game. So it looks like it's just going to get sacrificed here. They don't have a glyph, so they're not going to be able to glyph it on up. But we just had the Sand King TP away, and Banana Slam Jamma almost losing his Aegis there, but with Armlet toggle at the right time, he was going to be perfectly fine. Bugatti 420 blinking forward. He did actually have range to Burrow Strike there, but not actually throwing it off, maybe just waiting for Brax to jump on in and get the pull off so that it was guaranteed, as it was probably just at the edge of the range. But unfortunately, Brax jumped ahead and got ahead of Bugatti 420, and then he ended up just body blocking him. So neither of them were able to initiate. And, well, 40R just kind of walked away casually on the Luna. Well, we'll have a couple big items coming out. As I'm going to switch on over to the net worth. Normally I do that a little bit earlier, but I'm also going to take a look at how close this game is. It's less than 1,000 gold lead for Summoner's Rift right now. XP is a little bit bigger, about 2,000 XP lead for them. But this game is very, very close. But I also want to bring up the item graph, the item chart, because we've got a couple interesting item pickups, and certainly big item pickups coming out. We've got Demon, who picked up the Egg Scepter, and it looks like it's going to get used here maybe as Tavo's going to throw out the Ravage, and that's going to allow them to get the kill onto the Sand King. But maybe Demon's the one in trouble here, as he already did use the Death Ward, as it's on cooldown for another 70. Good use of the trees and knowledge of the map going into that little juke spot, and he's going to try to TP away, but King RD does get the Earth Spike up off cooldown in time. That's going to allow them to get the kill onto Demon. So Summoner's Rift maybe going a little bit too deep there. It costs them 3. They lose their Storm, Witch Doctor, and Sand King. The Storm will respawn right now, but if we take a quick look at a show fight recap, we can see exactly what the exchange was. It was a 3 for none, but they did lose their Luna on the end of that. So effectively 3 for 1. As Banana Slam Jamma was able to get the kill with his Burning Spears in the bottom lane. Pings coming out from Hero. But there was another item I wanted to point out, and that was the Blink Dagger coming out on the line. That's going to be absolutely huge, as he's jumping on into the mid lane right now onto Bugatti 420, throws out the finger, followed up by the Assassinate. Good use of spells coming out from Pain Gaming, linking that all together and getting a kill there. Baga in the Nature's Guise is kind of stalking Banana Slam Jam, and that's going to set them up for a kill here as the sniper's hanging out and making sure he doesn't reveal himself. They should just be able to open up onto the Huskar here. There we go. Right click comes out from the tree. That's going to get them the kill. That's what happens when you've got no HP thanks to an armlet. And that's one way to get rid of an Aegis, as Banana Slam Jam will respawn and just kind of go back to farming the jungle. As he did pick up a Helm of the Dominator. He's also going for an AC. He should be finishing that relatively soon. Besides that, let's take a look at 40R, see what he's got. He did finish a Manta, and he did go that Helm of the Dominator, so he has been stacking up with his with some of the range creeps, or with some of the controlled creeps. But this is the one from Banana Slam Jam. He's just kind of standing up there, preventing some of the stacks. Actually, no, sorry, that actually is 40Rs. It's hard when you look at the minimap. You see the purple almost look like red there. Maybe I'm just blind. Who knows? What does our sniper got? Sniper's got an SNY, Mask of Madness, and an Ultimate Orb. So will that be a Scotty? Will that be a Manta? We'll have to wait and see. I'm guessing it's probably... I don't know. Either way, Hero's going to walk into a bad situation here as he's going to walk right into an Earth Spike, followed by a Hex, and they're going to get that Phoenix quite low, but Brax is going to jump on in and save him, and that's actually going to be a turnaround. We're going to lose King RD instead. Baga popping at Nature's Guise, and he'll be able to walk away. Sniper will throw down the shrapnel, but he did back away as Banana Slam Jammo was coming in from behind. Speaking of which, he's not scared of the sniper. He's going to keep chasing, as he is going to get slowed up by the shackles. Or not by the shackles, by the shrapnel. But Bugatti 420 is going to stun in with onto 40R. Ravage is going to come out as well as the Eclipse. And it looks like Summoner's Rift has gone too deep. They do get the kill onto 40R, but they've lost their Huskar. And then, oh my god, Demon. Holy moly, with the Death Ward gets a triple. Oh my goodness. The Egg Scepter on the Witch Doctor is kind of good. It's kind of good. Demon with incredible placement. Puts himself right there. Dropped the Death Ward somewhere around here. And oh my goodness, gets a triple with it. I thought at the start of that, the Summoner's Rift, they've gone too far. Then it was looking like, okay, maybe they're trading okay. No, Pain Gaming's definitely ahead in this fight. And then all of a sudden, Demon with the huge play with that Death Ward gets a triple. Great stuff coming out from Demon there. Goes to show you that even if you're on a support, 23 minutes into the game, you can still make some damn big plays. You don't have to be a core hero to make an impact 23 minutes in. Oh, what a play coming up from Demon. Wow. Well, let's take a look at what that did with the net worth graph. Is, well, Pain Gaming had actually pulled out ahead to a little bit of a lead, but with that, Summoner's Rift take the lead right back. Looks like it's getting close to around 3,000 gold in their favor. As it's about 2,800 right now. XP, well, it's a lot more in their favor, almost 7,500. As for top net worth, that fight actually moved Brax into the #1 slot, just ahead of our sniper. Huskar just slightly ahead of the Luna as well. But, well, take a look at that Witch Doctor. 6,900 net worth. Gigantic net worth for a support at this point in the game. So Jimmy with a lot of farm thanks to that triple kill. And to look at the positioning right now with Pain, they're actually pretty far. They've got two heroes kind of close, but they're all kind of making their way down here. However, 40R isn't. He's going to shop. So it looks like this is just going to be a free Roche taken for Summoner's Rift. As they're just going to be right-clicking this down. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way that Pain Gaming is going to be able to get there in time. Certainly off a bad team fight there. They're not going to look to want to re-engage. They didn't have Ravage up till right now, and Eclipse actually just came up as well as I was saying that. So with both those big ults on cooldown, they wouldn't really want to look for a fight. Of course, Summoner's Rift pretty much had everything off cooldown, so they were just at basically full strength, just as they were in the last team fight. So it would be ill-advised for Pain Gaming to really engage there. But looks like we are going to have... Looks like we are going to have the mid-tier 1 tower going down. as Summoner's Rift is going to be looking to keep pushing here, and they're going to go after the tier 2 tower. Pain was looking for a little bit of a trade there. They were almost able to secure it with 40R's illusion, but that got killed up by Bugatti 420 and then actually denied by him. We actually are going to have a smoke that was visible right here. So Summoner's Rift knows that there is going to be a re-engage. The tier 2 tower will go down, but here we go. We do have a re-engage here, and Banana Slam Jam is going to get quite low, but that means he's just going to be pumping out more and more damage. He's actually going to get neither of the kills there. They're going to go the way of Brax and Demon. But it will be a 2-for-1. Of course, Summoner's Rift will definitely take the trade, just losing their Phoenix to get a kill onto the Lion and the Tide Hunter. But more importantly, that was another Ravage used. So that means a little bit more than 2 minutes where Pain Gaming won't really be able to take a fight or look to, defend anything. As well, without that Ravage, they're going to have a really hard time defending. Yeah, and Summoner's Rift definitely knows, obviously with the mana advantage right now, that they can take a tier 1 tower, but they may even choose to continue pushing in this top lane. Maybe not. Hero respawns and actually will TP to the bottom lane, but I think they can put some pressure on without him being there. But actually not with this creep wave this far up. I didn't realize how far the creeps were. So Brax will come back and push that. Looks like we will actually have the heroes kind of sticking around up here. Hero just took a fall in the bottom lane again as 40R got the kill there. He did have to use Eclipse to do so. So they don't have Ravage and now they don't have Eclipse. So I think Summoner's Rift is definitely going to keep pushing to this top tier 2 tower. They're attacking it, but they do have backdoor protection as the creep wave's nowhere even close yet. So they will back away. But Glyph was used there by Pain Gaming. Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry. I thought I heard the Glyph sound. My mistake. Glyph's still available. As they will stun up the sniper and make sure he stays honest and stays quite far back, as he definitely doesn't want to be losing any gold. Still hasn't completed that Scotty yet, but it looks like that's what he will be going after. Banana Slam Jam has finished his AC. And he still has that Aegis for another 2 minutes, as we see that's going to expire at roughly 29:30. Bugatti 420 has picked up a Force Staff, and he's got a Vitality booster. Probably just a casual Vitality booster. Don't really think he's going to be building that into anything. Probably just a casual one, just to get his HP pool up a little bit higher. But looks like Brax has found Tavo, and with Bugatti 420 rotating on in, he will get the stun up. But maybe this was a little bit of bait as King RD jumps up onto the high ground there with the Earth Spike. They will get the kill there. You know what? One of the things I really noticed with Pain Gaming, if you look at all their previous games, it all comes down to King RD. If King RD is able to get a lot of participation, never mind, I'll talk about that in a second, as we're going to have Tavo jumping in with the Ravage. I thought that was just going to be a straight up kill, but it's going to be a little bit more than that, as the Luna has gone down. Now the Lion's gone down as well. The Aegis did get used by the Huskar, but this is not going the way that Pain Gaming wanted it to, as they've lost 4. And the items just come flowing out from Summoner's Rift on the back of that, as we're going to have a Blink Dagger getting purchased by the Phoenix, as well as a BKB on the Huskar. And it looks like they're going to be able to not only take this tier 3, but also take a set of racks here. The question is, will they be able to stick around and go for another tier 3? Glyph will delay him up a little bit. But the point I was trying to make is that King RD, if you look at all the games where Pain Gaming's done well, it's all on the back of King RD. Just having really high participation. If he's able to really make an impact on the game, be a part of a lot of kills, they do really, really well. If he's not able to, then they really struggle. And obviously, heroes are going to, or players are going to have less participation, or they're going to be a part of less hero kills when they're losing. But he definitely stands out when they are winning. Baga getting caught out here, but it looks like he will be able to make his way back to the fountain. The cask will bounce around, and oh my goodness, it does get the lucky bounce back to the Treant Protector, so it will get the kill. A little bit of luck there coming out from Demon, as the cask got enough damage in so that Hero was able to get the kill with the Fire Spirit. But it is 2 sets of racks that have gone down for Pain Gaming, and now they're in a very, very uphill battle to try and get back into this, as they're in a deficit of almost 15,000 gold, XP about 14,000 as well. And now we're going to see a gem coming out onto the Sand King. That's going to mean there's going to be no vision. All these observer wards, well, this one's going to expire before he gets there, but any kind of observer ward like that that's going to give Payne a little bit of knowledge on the map, that's going to be gone. As well, we've got more items coming out as well. So we've got the Storm with the Bloodstone, the Orchid, and now a BKB. And we've got Husker also picking up a Blink Dagger, which is flying in on the Courier right now. So they have a ton of items to keep pushing forward here. Well, Payne's got to look to do something here, as these are just best of ones. There's no best of threes or anything like that. Group stage is round robin, but it's best of ones the entire way through. So Payne will look to try and get back on into this, but if you lose a game, that's it. You've lost your game to Summoner's Rift, and you're going to have to make good on your other two matches against Leviathan and Isurus, if they expect to be in the top two in the group and move on to the playoff stage. But Summoner's Rift looking like they're kind of picking up where they left off in the last Canada Cup. Of course, they won Season 4 of the Canada Cup and looking to repeat and walk away with their share of the 11,000 and whatever, 11,200 I think it is. 11,205 I think it was last I looked at it, prize pool. But you can take a look at the minimap right now and just these observer wards coming out from the Dire side. One in the top lane, one in the middle lane. There isn't one in the bottom lane, but those two observer wards give you so much knowledge of what Payne is doing in terms of rotations. And it's just going to basically lock them into their own base, and they're not really going to be able to push out and do anything worthwhile on the map. They will sit back and try and just defend their high ground. But when you have lost a set of racks, the creeps from that lane do give less gold and experience. And of course, they've lost 2 sets of racks. So the bottom lane also does the same. So even if they're just kind of farming evenly with their opponents, they're still going to be falling behind because, well, the 2 lanes that have lost racks, those creeps are just giving less gold and experience. They'll try to stick in it. There's no reason to really give up when you haven't completely lost. But like I said, it is a very uphill battle for them. 40R will finish the Scotty, so they will have that available to them. The Sniper also will just finish his Scotty as well. It's just checking his progress there. King RD has a 4 staff as well. He's got a decent amount of gold as well on this support. He's been making a pretty big impact on this game, but unfortunately it hasn't been enough. Tavo has struggled a little bit, admittedly, on the Tidehunter. We've had some good Ravages come out, but unfortunately Payne just hasn't been able to make good on them. As he's been able to stun up a lot of people, but a lot of the Ravages have been kind of counter-engaging, and I guess that's what you would expect. Summoner's Rift have so many heroes that are going to be able to jump on in and initiate a fight that Tide, for the most part, is going to be able to do the counter-engaging role, and that's going to allow you to get better Ravages. But unfortunately, the initiations have just been so good from Summoner's Rift that Payne's really been struggling. And 40R is going to get stunned up to start this one. He doesn't have a BKB, but he will get 4 staff back by King RD. Good play there coming from him. But Brax will jump on in and jump immediately onto King RD. 40R is in a little bit of right-click battle with Banana Slam Jam on him. There's the Ravage coming up from Tavo. It won't keep 40R alive long enough, but we will lose Banana Slam Jamma, and, well, we're going to lose everyone from the side of Payne Gaming. GG will get called. So Summoner's Rift will take the opening game for our group stage. They'll start off 1-0. And, well, some pretty damn good play coming up from them. And Payne, unfortunately, off to not the most desirable start. They're going to be 1 game down, and like I said, they're going to have to make good on their other games that they have left in the group stage. Speaking of those other games, we've got Payne Gaming actually playing in our next game. They're going to be going up against Leviathan, and that game's going to be starting at about 7:15 Eastern time, so about, what is that, 22 minutes from now? Something about that. Actually, we have to add 2 minutes, 24 minutes from now. So go grab a snack, go grab a drink, whatever you need to grab. But we will have that game coming on up. And we do have 4 games tonight, so this was just our first of of a few games that we're going to be casting tonight. So definitely don't go anywhere. But if you do go anywhere, definitely head on over to Dota 2 Canada Cup on Twitch and watch there instead if you want to leave. As this is definitely a great tournament, and you definitely should watch as much of it as you can. But as for me, like I said, we've got a little bit of a break here, so I'm going to throw it to a different screen. But if you did enjoy my cast, definitely be sure to hit that follow button on twitch.tv/NizCast. You can also follow me on Twitter @NizCast, and you can also follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/NizCast, where I upload all the VODs of everything I cast. So definitely be sure to check out those channels. But links to them are actually below the player as well on Twitch, so you can click those and hop on over to those and check them out. But like I said, we've got about a 20-minute break, so hopefully you guys will stick around, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes. But that's going to be it for now. And, well, we've got more good games to come, so don't really go anywhere.